Hello and welcome to watching me start a business. I'm starting off with a Kickstarter with the Ray Bradbury challenge. Previously we've gone over what I've chosen, which is a poem out of the poem, short story or a essay. We've gone over why a poem, we've gone over what the poem is, and today we're going to be talking about DVF, which is it desirable, viable and feasible? So let's get into it. If we look at what it is, which is what's the problem and is there a specific problem? So there's a whole host of areas here that we can unpack. So is it a problem? Yes. What is the problem? And it could be English, education, it could be articulation, it could be things like sales and taking people on journeys, storytelling. So there's a whole host of problems that this solves. Now, I do need to dive into what the persona is. So I've got a existing persona, which may or may not apply to this. So I'm going to build the product and take it to a few people I think could be the target market. So they'll be well read, they'll be educated, and we'll see what they take. But I'm thinking it's around people that are like well read and educated. Now, what is the expertise I'm showing, or what am I solving? And so it's based around that kind of people that have a need and need a immediate need. So that's the one thing that I have to do, is I've got to make sure that I can, however it is, sell it as a immediate solution. And yeah, sure, the whole challenge could be bigger. It could go for the whole 1,000 days. But the issue with the Bradbury challenge that I've noticed is not many people complete it. And when I was doing the Bradbury challenge, I found it brutally hard because I'm like, what do I read? And yes, Bradbury tells you in his lecture, but I didn't know who any of those people were. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to start it. So it took a whole host of my brain power to actually set it up. So even if it's just wanting to do the Bradbury challenge and setting it up, but I want to take it a step further. I want to say, here's the problem I'm going to solve. And what it could be is it could be articulation and philosophy. So if we were to take this poem, haven't done as much research as it could, but it could be, okay, we've got a poem. Poems are good for metaphors. And from that metaphor, what we can do is we can take it that step further and we can see how it applies in your workplace. So we always know someone with a big ego, and how we react to them, you could start to go into psychology, is based on us. And so if we realize that at the end of the day, the grand scheme of things, it all gets wiped away with sands of time, it can help people digest that. But also, let's say writing. So writing, it could help you understand how you can really use time to tell a story. Now, the other thing is education, like just opening up people's minds. That's another one. And so there's a whole host of ways that you can do that. And so what we're going to do is we're going to keep diving into it. We're going to see how we can actually do it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you into one of the how to align to the North Star. So I need to know, am I making the right thing? It may be profitable, but man, you can go to a farmer's market and sell lemonade and turn over some good money. It's not just about the profit. It's, am I aligning to my North Star? So I'll be doing that in the next video. Look forward to chatting then.